Thank you all so much for this opportunity. You know, when we started this campaign, this really was about getting this party back on track by getting us back to basics. That meant redefining what it meant to be a Democrat by regrounding and rerouting this party in people. Many of you know that we have formally challenged the vote with the Compliance Review Commission, where we have laid out numerous concerns. We've been very vocal in our criticisms of the process itself. Basically, after 4 days, we were kicked out and told that our review was over. I was talking with Tim, letting him know that the way that came about was, you know, as we were reviewing the ballots and some of the supporting materials, you know, we said there's some discrepancies that we're seeing here, and we really feel like we need a professional auditing firm to come in here and look at these things. And as soon as we called for a third-party independent forensic audit, that's when they said, your work here is done. It's time for you to go. And there are enough inconsistencies and irregularities to suggest that the outcome of the election is not what was reported on Saturday evening. And so we are continuing with our calls for an independent audit. We have reserved our rights to exhaust every avenue possible to seek truth and justice, even and including a legal fight. I want to send a message to those folks who have been very vocal in their calls for me to concede, and in their calls for not just me, but for all of us to fall in line for the sake of unity. What I would share with those folks is that instead of calling for my concession, instead of calling for us to fall in line for the sake of unity, instead what you should be calling for is truth and transparency and election integrity. Because after all, those are not just buzzwords. Those are supposed to be the values by which this party lives. And a message to our elected officials here in the great state of California. As a Democrat from California, your number one job should be to be fighting for and on behalf of your constituents, looking for solutions to our problems, instead of sending out press releases on Fridays making excuses for why we can't pass SB 562. We have a message for our elected officials. We are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are no longer willing to go along to get along. We are out of time. We are tired of incrementalism. It is time for you to either step up or step out. And then finally, a message for Eric himself. You know, real leaders are not afraid of the truth. Real leaders understand the importance of listening. And more than half of this delegation has called on Eric and our leadership to have an independent audit of the votes. It is time for you, Eric, to listen to the delegation, to show some leadership. If everything was on the up and up, then you have nothing to fear. And so we need to have this third-party independent forensic audit because we need to have closure. People need to believe that they can trust and believe in this party, that this election had integrity. If you really want to heal the divides and unify this party in harmony, then you will move forward and support an audit. Secondly, we have bigger fish that we need to fry. 2018 is on the horizon and we need to get to work. And so the sooner we can get this audit done, the sooner we can focus on that. And then finally, personally, I'm going to really need you, Eric, to really support this audit because I'm going to need you to go ahead and get up out my seat. Thank all of you again for the opportunity to be here. Continue with your calls on our elected officials, on other delegates, on central committees, on our local DEM clubs to support resolutions to audit the vote. This has been and will continue to be a fight for truth and for justice. That is what we are fighting for. There are new Democrats in town. We're taking our party back.